Hi there, so this video is going to be about algebraic products. So remember that term product implies multiplication. So we are multiplying some things together. Algebra means we're multiplying together some terms that may or may not have letters in them. So we're multiplying together products, which is different from what we were doing in the last section where we were collecting like terms, which was really just adding and subtracting terms. Now we're multiplying terms, so there's going to be a bit of a different process for that, obviously. So the simplest way that I can say it is that when you are multiplying algebraic terms together, you multiply the numbers by the numbers and the letters by the letters. So coefficients get multiplied by coefficients, and this says including any signs. Pay attention to the signs. So multiply the numbers, pay attention to the signs, and then write the product of the variables using exponent notation where appropriate. So we talked about exponent notation a few classes ago. So that's where the exponent on the terms would change depending on how many times you are multiplying that same letter together. So basically it boils down to numbers by numbers, letters by letters, and then the letters change depending on, the exponent of the letters change depending on what it is you're multiplying together. So let's look at this in practice. So our first one here, we have 2a times 3a. Some of you may find it helpful in the beginning to write this out sort of in an expanded kind of form. So that's not right. So write out 2 times a times 3 times a. Some of you may find it a little bit easier to look at it like that. So then you can say, okay, my numbers get multiplied together. So my 2 gets multiplied by my 3 to give me a 6. And then I have 1a multiplied by another a, which is a squared. Some of you may find this step helpful. Some of you may not require that step. Either is fine. Obviously, we're trying to get you to the point where that step isn't required, but if it is for the moment, totally fine. Okay, let's look at the second example. So B, we have negative 3x squared, and that's multiplying by 4xy. So again, for some of you, you may want that middle step, negative 3 times x squared, which is x times x, and that's multiplying by 4 by another x by y. So again, numbers get multiplied by numbers, so negative 3 gets multiplied by 4 to give me negative 12. And then I start to collect up my letters in alphabetical order, remembering our 3 rules of how we write algebra from class 1 of this unit. So alphabetically, x is going first. So I've got x times another x times a third x. So that's going to give me x to the power of 3. 3 x's are multiplying together, so x cubed. Then the only thing I haven't touched is this y. There's nothing else that it can multiply together with, so it just kind of gets stuck on the end there on its own. So final answer, negative 12x to the power of 3y. Again, that middle step may be helpful for some of you. It may not be required for some of you. Some of you may even find it more confusing to add that middle step. Wherever you fall is totally fine, provided you can get to the final answers on these. So again, multiply the numbers by the numbers, and then the letters by the letters to get your final algebraic product, the answer to the multiplication of some algebraic terms. Okay, and that pretty much sums up algebraic products, not a lot to it. Practicing this can be really helpful. Lots of students tend to get it confused with collecting like terms, but you just have to remember what it is you are actually doing to the terms. Are you adding the terms together, in which case only the coefficient term changes, or are you multiplying the terms together, in which case the coefficient and the variables both may change? All right, that about does it.